कोई आपको सुनना नहीं चाह रहा है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है। हाँ? ऐसा सही नहीं। क्या? क्या 2 रुपये दूँ? ओके, ओके। क्या? क्या भेजना है?
3 crore Indians की तरह आप भी शुरू कीजिए।
Angel One for everyone.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
जब देखो तब पैसा चाहिए।
When I
पैसा
visited the campus was beautiful. The faculty members were very
नहीं।
के आधार पे आपको पता चलेगा कि यस देयर इज अ प्लान और ये लोग एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं। मैंने कल म्यांमार के संदर्भ में बताया और आज राष्ट्र हित में मैं आपको बता रहा हूं। देखिए ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई मैसिव सनातन धर्म पर भी बात जो हो रही है उसको लेकर के जो क्रैकडाउन होते हैं उस पे काम नहीं हो रहा है बहुत जबरदस्त हो रहा है। मित्रों एक इंफॉर्मेशन देता हूं, अभी चुनाव आयोग को एक डायरेक्टिव जारी हुआ और कहा गया चुनाव आयोग इलेक्शन कमीशन से कि भाई अब ऑथेंटिक
काय रे हेलो हेलो okay. So basically this is the terms and terminology we are going to use. So this is the basic presentation of HDFC Bank loan portfolio. Okay. So hey, morning everyone. Good morning everyone. I'm Shubhan Sukma and here for the presentation on HDFC Bank loan portfolio and its sanction process. So in this presentation we are going to discuss about the HDFC loans portfolio and its impacts on the banks. So let's starting with the introduction about this bank. So HDFC Bank basically it was founded in 1994 and the headquarters of this bank is in the Mumbai, India. The CEO, the CEO of this bank is Sridhar Jagdishan, and the bank has a presence of over 6,500 branches and 18,000 plus ATM across India. And it has a good presence, like HDFC Bank founded. It has the key strength in this banks like customer service, robust financial performance, and high performance customer trust. This is the basically needed for a particular bank. That's why we can see that the HDFC Bank is the largest bank of this country in the private sector. Coming to the loan portfolio of this bank, different kind of loan this company provides. Like basically, initially there was a different types of will wait just a second. I have to just mute the voice. Okay, so now we'll discuss. Let's start. So basically, initial days, it was something that the bank was. There are different many types of banks. So bank was divided into different sectors, and according to their services, there was a different banks, like for retail bank, corporate bank, and the basically universal bank. So three types was the major types of bank in the retail bank. The retail bank was the bank which was mainly involved in the businesses like personal loan, personal service, education loan, credit card, and whatever the service related to an individual, not a particular business. Okay. So another level was the corporate level. Corporate level starting with the different kinds of working capital loans and equity loans, cash overdraft, loan against property, project financing, term loans. So there are many types of loan. There was bank provided to its corporate customers. So it was, and last but not the least, it is the universal bank. Universal, or you can say it's a hybrid bank, which is having both working in functions like both the retail banks and as well as the corporate bank. The bank, so basically the definition of a universal bank, it can be as the retail bank and the corporate bank. It is a combination of the service which provides by the retail bank and corporate bank as well. So the bank which serves customers as individuals and the corporates, which is known as the universal bank. Retail banks, a bank which is serving its individual customers or individual personalized services mainly focused, and corporate banks which mainly involves in a large transaction, a big transaction between the companies to the bank. It provides the loan against property and all. Basically, all the things is provided. Coming to the presence of the HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank has a presence in all over the country, across the country, like in a metro city. The bank has 2,399 branches, about one development business unit. Sorry, I'm so sorry. First is a digital business unit, and another is a BC business correspondence, 299 CSC customer service center and business correspondence. In urban center, there is a 1758 branches. Coming to the semi-urban, it has around 3,023 branches, and in a rural area, 1,550 branches. Coming to the calculation of total number of branches of the bank is 8,738 total branches, and it combines with if it will be combined, it's 15,182 total business correspondent. It comes around to 23,920 in the whole 8,006 metro, 5,317 is urban, 5,850 semi-urban, and 17,061 is the rural. So as we seen that the number of ATMs of the bank is having is around 20,938, which is basically show that it has a presence in every small cities and every small on ground. Like customer can get a service, a good service, because this is a sector which is mainly focused on a better customer service. If there are many banks in the country, so if a bank will not provide a efficiency in this in the service, customer will they easily switch to the different banks because the options are there. Different banks are there, and private banks basically mainly focuses on the customer service. So this is all about the service. So it the banks try to reach to each and every customers very easily. In this process of doing the loan portfolio, we need to understand the bank's borrowing, bank's deposit, where is the bank's number of capital, how much the number of capital bank is having, and what are the advances, fixed deposit, and what are the different assets and liabilities bank is having. So let's start, and we will start with the capital and liabilities part. Capital, into the capital, bank has around 7 lakh, 75 lakhs, 96,000, 96,901. It is around the. We need to calculate it. We need to calculate it with a different way. So we can notice that the advances and fixed deposits are the different terms and terminologies. Key highlights for this quarter is basically we have divided into the 8 segments. There are 8 segments in which the first will start with the gross advance, and because the gross advance has increased by 20.7%, it's around 13,805 billion. So basically the bank has received the 13,805 billion more than the previous year, and it grown up to like grown by the 20.7%. Next is the deposit, basically which is up by 16.8%. Initially, it was less 15,592 billion, by 15,982 billion. Kasha is 48%. This is basically shows that in the whole of the bank, the current account and saving account contributes 48% of the total deposit. This is basically the good and the better position for a bank because a bank is good in service which is having a high liquidity. If the current account and saving account is having 48% of money of the total deposit, that gives a bank boost in a liquidity side. Coming to the net margin at 4.2%. Net margin is always talk about net, net margin talks about net margin talks about the how much bank is getting a margin across the giving a loan to its customers. Like for example, a particular customer which is like an individual who deposits bank and getting interest around 7.5%. Okay, 7.5%, and you are another customer which is getting a loan from your bank, and you are getting a loan on the rate of 10%. Let's assume it's 10%. So the difference between the someone deposited in the bank, he is getting 7.5, 7.5, and bank is taking 10% from whom bank is providing loan. So the difference is comes around 10%, right? The difference is around 2.5%. Okay. So this 2.5% is known as the net margin. So basically the bank is having this much of net margin. Like it's having just 2.5% as net margin, and here is the bank is having 4% of net margin. That means all the bank has received the deposit from its customer and provided loan to its another customer. The bank is getting margin as 4%. Coming to the cost to income ratio, cost to income ratio comes around 38.3%. Cost to income ratio. Let's first of all we need to discuss about the what is cost to income ratio. Cost to income ratio is basically the expenditure is a company or organization's expenditure on the operating expense. Like, for example, if in the case of HDFC Bank, if the bank is getting 100 rupees as a deposit, sorry, 100 rupees as an income, so the 38.3 rupees is expenditure is having the operational expenses like land, buildings, rent, income, salaries, and all. Whatever the operational expenses having from 100 rupees, it goes to around 38.3 rupees. And net profit has increased by 22%, that is 100 billion more from the previous year. Gross NPA. NPA is a non-performing asset. Gross NPA, 1.17% of gross advances. Like total, if the bank has provided 100 rupees to its customer as a loan, 1.17%, 1.17 rupees is like NPA, which is not it is very high risky investment, or like it is irrecoverable money. The net NPA is 0.32% of net advances. Like if the bank has some of the write-off or the many of the like loans were written off because of the it could not be recovered. So the net NPA is 0.32%, which is very less when compared to the other different private sector banks. Capital adequacy ratio of 18.9%, of which is Tier 1 at 79%. So bank is performing well in this financial and other sectors. Coming to the executive business growth, the loans and the deposits. Loan has increased. Initially, if we consider the March 2007, it was around 498 billion. In March 2012, it is around 1969, and in March 17, it is around 1586. The growth was 2.8x. In the next 5 years, the growth is 2.5. And coming to the particular set year of 2024, March 2021, it was around 11,433 billion, and in 2022, it grown up to 13,805. The same thing, same trend is going with the deposits. Deposit is also 2.4x in the previous 5 years. The loans is also 2.5x in the the deposit and loans is going to the like proportional way, because when the banks get deposit, the capacity of the bank increases in the providing of loan. Now coming to the well diversified loan book. So segment wise we will discuss about the loan. In the segment wise there are mainly three segments we have divided. It's in the bank, like 39% in the retail banking, 35% in CRB, and 26% in the wholesale. The wholesale banks talks about the different corporate sectors kind of, and 35% in the retail bank. When coming to the retail banks, different mix. What is the like different segments of the retail banking? It is around 27% in the mortgage loan, 26% in the personal loan, and 10% in auto loan. Coming to the other different retail loans, that is 19%. Two vehicle, two-wheeler loan is around 14%. And coming to the home loan, The personal loan, home loan is the main. Coming to the retail and portfolio overview, coming to the first, starting with the home loan. The purpose is basically you can purchase a home when you're constructing or renovating. In a three condition, you can get a loan. In the purchase, there is a no high limit. In the construction and renovation, there is a limit that under this you can this amount is the highest limit in the way of renovation. In the purchasing and construction, there is no limit. Interest rates start from 8.5% per annum. It varies according to your civil score, your credits. The tenure is up to 30 years. Basically, it is generalized in the 15 year to 30 year. The eligibility criteria is the minimum age limit is 21 year. You should be having a stable income. Your credit score should be more than 700, and you can loan take up to 10%. It is a high amount like for home loan. It's a good amount. In under 10 crore you can get a home. So there is basically no limit if you want to take a high number. So you need to have that much capability and that much credential. Into the personal loan, the basically is for your personal expenditure like wedding, medical expenditure, travel, personal expense, anything. The loan amount varies from 50 lakhs, start with the 50 lakhs and goes to 40 lakhs. The interest rate is basically a bit high because the loan tenure is the less than the home loan. So the tenure is up to 5 years, interest rate is 10.5% per annum. The processing, well, it takes less time when compared to the home loan. The eligibility criteria 21 to 60 and minimum income should be 25,000 per month. Your credit score should be more than 700. Talking about the auto loan, it's purchase of new or used car and two wheelers. The loan amount up to 100% of the vehicle on road price. Interest rates start from 7.25% per annum. The tenure goes to 7 years in terms of heavy vehicles. Additional benefits you will get that is the special offers for electric vehicles, zero down payment schemes. So there are many schemes which is government is providing you. The eligibility criteria for this, you need to have a salaried employee or self-employed person, minimum income of 2.5 lakhs per annum. That is the basic criteria you need to fulfill. Next is the education loans. We have to especially talk about in the education field. The government has the different schemes, but the bank also provides the education loan for purpose of the higher studies in India or it can be abroad. The loan amount is ranging between the 50 lakhs to 75 lakhs, and it can be more than 75 lakhs in terms of a loan study abroad. The interest is starting from 9.10 per annum, and the tenure up to 15 years. The feature is the mor- moratorium period during the study flexible repayment option. So now there is a basically the moratorium period. It is a time basically where in which the students is studying the whole study courses. Like for example, if someone has taken the loan of 20 lakhs for the 2 year course of MBA. So between these two years of MBA, he need not pay anything in like a loan. Basically, this is a period which is the customer or a student is getting not any there is a period in which they need not to pay any interest or any EMI to its bank because there is a moratorium period during the study because at that time the student is not having any income. So after completing this education, he can pay after the completion of the course. And the eligibility is the student must have secured the admission in a recognized institute. The institute should be recognized by the government. Corporate loan portfolio, working capital management. This is these are the loans which is mainly get in terms of corporate. The working capital management. Some of the companies might facing the day-to-day expenses management. They are not like reaching. They cannot meet the day-to-day expenses, so that they are going for the working capital management. The loan amount is it can be customized based on the banking needs. If the business is like small, then the amount will be small, but in the news of the lecture, high amount of business, the big businesses, they need to get a high loan amount. Interest rate varies according to the business profile and in which sector we are working. Eligibility criteria is business must be operational for at least 3 years and with a steady financial record. You need to do like past profits and the potential. You need to have a good potential in terms of profit. Into a town loans, business expansion, purchasing asset, or setting up for a new project. Basically, when the business is going for the expansion, it mainly used for its profit income or it takes loan from its banks. So here's the term loan coming to this picture. Loan amount varies based on the financial assessment, interest rate as per the risk assessment, and the special feature that is the structured repayment and refinancing options are there. The eligibility criteria is the minimum turnover requirement. Collateral may be required because it's a high risk. I said because when the business is going for purchasing asset, new project, the project can be failure. The business expansion cannot be success every time. So the risk is high, so the collateral may be very high. And the project financing, especially for the infrastructure, manufacturing, or real estate projects, so bank also finance the project of a special bank businesses. Retail loan portfolio is a home loan, auto loan, personal loan, education loan. We have already discussed criteria for loan eligibility in the retail loans. For the basically the retail loans, the age should be 21 to 60, up to 65 years if for the self-employed. Credit score should be more than 700. Income required varies in the loan type. If you're a home loan, then different criteria is there. If you're a personal loan, then there's different criteria. The documentation, your ID proof, address, income, and bank statement. Criteria for loan in the corporate, your business. Minimum 3 years of operation with a steady financial record. Your turnover depends on the type of loan. Financial stability should be there. Your financial statement and cash flow should be there. And collateral. If that kind of loan you are going for the like project loan or the term loan, the collateral is required. Loan sanctioning process. Application submission, online branch visit, or through banking representatives. So document verification, review of income proof, ID proof property prepares, credit assessment, evaluation of credit and financial risk, approval and terms, loan amount, interest rate repayment tenure. Loan sanctioning process is not required for the discussion right now, and we can go for the advantages. What is the key advantages we are getting after using the HDFC? It has the wide range of loans, from starting with the personal to business and MSME structured process, which ensures the financial security and the high compliances. AI-driven assessment is the robust digital banking system which is having the highest customer service, a better customer service from the different competitors. In conclusion, we can say that HDFC Bank provides a wide range of loans catering to individuals, businesses, and MSME, making it for banking institution. The loan the loan approval process is well structured, ensure and financial security and high compliances. Corporate loan involves thorough assessment to mitigate risk, provides optimal finding. Continuous innovation and personalized solution helps customer achieve their financial goal efficiently. Thank you for your time. We hope this presentation has provided you the valuable insights into HDFC Bank's loan portfolio and sanctioning process. With a customer-centric approach and continuous innovation, HDFC Bank remains committed to supporting your financial aspiration and the business growth. I hope I hope this presentation had helped you out in understanding the how banking process works.